What's going on, folks? Here's kind of a walkthrough of your final exam. That way when you take it and you take a look at it, you can kind of watch this video and not be too intimidated or have to ask me questions right off the bat. Let's go through each problem and I'll just kind of step by step go through it with you. To be honest with you, your final exam is only like 6 or 7 questions long, but I did have to make each different question, like part A and part B and part C and part D, a different question. So I think that it's going to tell you that there's like 30 questions or whatever, or 20 questions, but that's only because it's 6 questions expanded for each part, A, B, C, and D. Alright, so now that you're not freaking out, let's take a look at question number 1. I'm asking you for the greatest slope. What you might want to do is... Oh, hey, I think I made a typo. I'm asking you for the greatest slope, and what you might want to do is take a look at each of these scenarios and figure out what the slope is for that kind of line, and then see which one's the greatest and check that answer. I think that first one is supposed to be p of negative 2 equals 0. I'll go change that. All right, for question number 2, find the symbolic representation of the linear function. So what I want you to do is type in something like, I don't know. By the way, I'm just going to choose one of these, or I'm not even going to choose them. I'm just going to tell you what to do. That's a multiple choice one. Number 2 is find the symbolic representation. So what I'm looking for is y equals mx plus b, but of course you fill in the m and the b and all of that kind of stuff because it's a linear function. Again, same deal goes for this one. I want you to find the y equals mx plus b formula for a function a line that is parallel or perpendicular to x minus 2 equals 31 and f of 0 equals 77. So find me the linear equation that matches up with that one. And this one as well, question number 4 and question number 5, it's doing the same thing. Find the y equals mx plus b formula such that it would give me a table that looks like this. If I plugged in negative 6, it would give me f of x equals 8, and so on and so forth. All right, question number 6 is going to be, I want you to graph this f of x equals 2x plus 1 and g of x equals negative 1/3 x plus 8 on a piece of paper and take a picture. So basically you just graph it on a piece of graphing paper or piece of paper or whatever, and choose a file. And I think that when you choose a file, I think on your Chromebooks you might have the option of adding a photo, and you can take the photo using the camera, and basically you just hold the paper up to the camera and choose that file. If not, then take a picture, upload it to your Chromebook, and then when you choose the file, just go find the file wherever you uploaded it. You're going to use that graph that you have on now this piece of paper to tell me what f of x, or what value of x gives you f of x equal g of x. Similarly, you're going to use that graph to help you determine the function values for f and g. By the way, it's the y value. I'm just giving you a freebie right there. All right, question number 9 is saying which of these options graphs this equation right here, this symbolic equation. So you got to just figure out which one works for that. All right, question number 10 is, I want you to give me the, I guess it's kind of like the y equals mx plus b kind of deal, except this time you're dealing with a quadratic, so it's probably going to have the form ax squared plus bx plus c, or something similar to that, and you need to basically tell me that. I figured I'd give you some time, or some option to show me your work, so I didn't make this an essay style question where you just start typing in your answer. I made this more of a, by the way, this looks like an essay question. I made this more of a upload your file kind of thing. If the box looks like this, that means you can just type in your answer. And I would just type in, you don't need to type in x equals blah blah blah. I'm looking for a number, so put in like 5 or 10 or whatever the number is. Alright. Also, please keep in mind that in your write-up for this thing that you're going to upload, you're going to want to tell me the vertex of this thing. And not just tell me the vertex, but show me how you calculated it. I want to see your homework there. Alright, this is going to be the most confusing looking problem, but it's actually pretty straightforward. I have some kind of equation. It looks crazy like that. That's just what it is. And I want you to describe in a few sentences how you would transform that thing how you would transform this regular parabola to make it look like this crazy looking parabola. Alright, then what I want you to do is I want you to tell me the vertex, the x-coordinate, x-intercepts, and the y-intercept. So I'm just going to pull up some random function. This isn't the same wx equals blah blah blah. That would be cheating. I'm just going to show you something, and what I'm showing you is, notice how there's a y-intercept, a x-intercept, a smaller one, a x-intercept, a bigger one, and a vertex. I want you to be able to find all of these values from these things. And I kind of asked it kind of in an expanded way. What I want you to do is find the y-intercept. All I'm looking for is the x-coordinate. So tell me what the number is for the y-intercept, the x-coordinate. Because if you're finding an intercept, you need to find two values, an x and a y. I just want the x, and I want you to plug it in there. Over here is basically the same question, but now I'm asking for the y value of the y-intercept. Just like these two questions, question 14 and 15, I'm asking you for the left x-intercept. So see how there's two numbers, there's 1.184 and comma 0. So for question 14 you would answer 1.184, and question 15 you would answer 0. If of course we use that same kind of function, it would be different because you're using this different function. I didn't just tell you the answer for question 14 and 15. Please keep that in mind. Question 16 and 17 is asking the exact same thing. The only difference is I'm asking you for the second x-intercept, which is the one on the right, the larger of the two. All right, and then the question 18 and 19 is asking for the vertex. What is the vertex? Oops, I got to change that word to vertex. This better change to vertex. And I want you to give me the x-coordinates and the y-coordinates of the vertex. And then the last one is graph that dang thing. Now that you've told me everything about it, just graph it and submit that assignment to me. All right, hopefully that helps you out with your final exam, and you have no questions for me. Talk to you later. Bye.